First and foremost, I must thank all of you. Your support and your actions last year to enable the tea industry to continue. I know we went through a crisis and that the government had to seek your help to ensure that the tea industry carried on and survived. Thanks to Minister Ramesh Patharan, you all were ready around. We were able to provide you with fertilizer, but there are many other measures that you took, as you all mentioned out here, including making fuel available. We all work together, and again I must tell the tea trade, thank you for the help. And as a result of it, we do have some foreign exchange coming from your source. Looking at the future, Sri Lanka can't stay in this state. We can't be a country with a trade deficit. We can't live beyond our means. We can stabilize the economy. We can ensure that our bankruptcy status will vanish. What do we do to ensure it doesn't return in 10 years' time? After all, if you have a trade deficit, you have to keep borrowing foreign currency. And if you have a budget deficit, you have to keep printing money. So are you going into this vicious cycle again? We warned once, warning was not taken seriously this time. So we have to get out. We have to move out of this cycle. We have to think anew. Our economic system didn't enable us to achieve our full potential, even during the war. One good example of our full potential was that we were able to build an apparel industry during the war. Nevertheless, today we can't have an economy dominated by the government, both in economic terms and also in terms of regulations. So deregulation and private enterprise has to take over. That is what we are aiming for. This tea industry is not the result of any corporation or any government. It's the result of people who came here, took the land, cleared it, put their capital in and succeeded. There are others, there were some of them who failed. There were the large numbers who succeeded, many of them. Of course, they have been very controversial as to whether the lands of the villagers were taken away. Some of it were, but most of it was forest land that was cut down. And there were people who went around from Taylor, James Taylor, all the way to Pilkington, who went and sat at the Poonagala estate at the Pilkington Point, kept looking out. Or for that matter, since none of us were able to really enjoy Lipton's circular room. That's all a part of history. Those are the people who made it. What did we do? We broke it. We destroyed the industry. And we built up Kenya as a competitor. Now that's an achievement for a local economy taking over. So it's from there we start. And now we must think of the future. Because tea still has potential. In our discussions, we've seen tea as one of the main sources of foreign exchange, but it has to earn more. It has to go further. So look into the next 20, 30 years. What are your issues? What will it be? Certainly we are going to have a problem with climate change. The tropical belt. So we are now looking at policies to call upon the world to save that tropical belt, where the tea industry comes from. Was the damage due to us? Or more because the industrialization of the northern part of the world. So we have to speak out. We have to adapt to climate change. And water is going to be critical. I am just reading some reports on water and the fact that we will have climate disasters. Part of it is going to be in the hill country, in your tea estates. What is your market going to be 40, 50 years hence? Say 25, 30 years hence. If you have ever looked at the population growth by 2050, India's population will go up by another 400 million, 300 to 400 million. Per capita income will go up. So will their tea be sufficient for them? Kenya's population will go up. Malawi's population will go up. Middle East population will go up. Per capita income goes up. Sri Lanka's population will not go up. And at the rate people are living, it might go down. So how do you increase your output? Where will your competition come? China's population is going to be in decline. So there will be more Chinese teas onto the market. But you've got to work with them because there will be a shortage. Even in the case of India, I mean basically the high-grown Indian teas must come into the market. So where India is going to replace that with low-growns, others I don't know. But those are issues that we should talk with India, we should talk with China and look at the next 20 years. We can't be by ourselves. Even Kenya, we have to talk with them. They are the big producers and there's Indonesia. So look at that pattern, look at the per capita income. So your market is going to be quite different from what it is today. And where are you going to sell it? To the west, to the east? And what will people, how will they take tea? Will they take it this way, pour it into a cup, put some milk, dip your biscuit in, or are you going to drink it another way? Green tea is one example. Will you drink it? Will you eat it in some substance? So we have to look into the type of beverages that's there. And when I was small, we had a very big kitchen at home and a pantry. Now everyone has a small kitchen. In the next 20 years, there may not be kitchen. There may be some machines from which you get your food out. Where do you make your tea? Now look, these are the real issues that we have to face. Then the question of the patterns, what you have smallholders, how do they keep, how do you make it more profitable to stay on? And what about the large plantations? The outgrow system is being tried out. I think it will have to come in. How do you change? These are the issues that you have to face. A Swedish economist called Gunnar Myrdal in the 1960s wrote a book called The Asian Dilemma. 3 big volumes. And analyzing Sri Lanka, Ceylon as he said that the British took all their experience of management and finance they got from the Industrial Revolution. They took these systems to India and Ceylon and introduced it into the plantation so that we had the most modern system of management in the plantation. Now as you see the different changes that are coming in, when you're looking at the outgrow systems or the smallholders, you have to think of a new system of management. It has to be top class. You have to use all the technologies you have. You have to use the digital technology. There will be many other technologies that will come. What will be the role even of using of artificial intelligence, the whole biotechnology, food? So that is going to be what will drive finally our tea production. We have to think anew. And that has to mainly come from private capital. Because finally, the final authority is not any of us. The final authority is the market. Tea was nothing till Lipton came and made it a household word. Brook Bond only followed them. So look at what the new product is, what it's going to be. We will help you. We have to modernize. I've been talking with the minister. We've been looking at the performance of the plantation companies. Some are good, others not. You all are also spreading out. Some are going into Kenya, other areas. Okay, that's fine with us. We are getting more experience. But finally, we have to decide, can we decide what the new product is? The country or the firm that decides holds the key. And that's what we should look at, make it the long-term aim of the industry. Then we can sort out the other issues, blended tea versus pure tea, and many other issues that have come by the wayside. But look at this, and then take the best solution for Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.